Alrighty, Happy New Year, Eagles. Welcome back to another team meeting. It's hard to believe that we are into 2024 already. And I don't know how about you guys, but to me, it just seems like every year seems to fly by faster and faster. But with New Year's bring a lot of new things, like new you, new me, new hope, like new start. So would like to hopefully give you guys some inspiration, some motivation to kick off your new year. And in our business, in this new year is where it's busy. It's a good time for our business. But before we get into all that, I'm just gonna do our leaderboard to celebrate all our success in the month of December. Can you guys see my screen? I can find the right one.
Yep,
Okay,
we can
there we
see
go.
it. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So December was a busy month for everybody, and busy month in terms of people being busy. But I guess that just means business for us is not as busy as we talked about in the previous meeting. So second. Oh shoot, why is this? Actually, this should be third place, guys. I forgot to edit it. So third place for buyers this month is we have Eva and Kim with 3 buyers each for the month of December. Congratulations, ladies. And in second place, we have like a 4-way tie. So we have with 4 buyers for second place. We have here Amara Fielding, Chandanang, Lysandra, and Yaris. I'm gonna try Yarasit. I'm not sure if I said it right, but sorry. Okay, and first place we have only one, and it's Mr. Chuck Choi with 8 buyers. So you guys are probably wondering because in our community, in the dream team as a whole, it seemed like the Korean is the only community where we don't see a really large presence. So Mr. Choi is Korean and he is advertising in Korean, so he seems to be having a lot of success there. So congratulations, Chuck. Job well done. And of course, being that said, we did have a lot of first buyer in the month of December, though. So, ads are working for people. People are getting buyers. So, congrats to Catherine, Tran, Jaspreet Kaur, Kim Tran, like with your first buyer. But that's not it, guys. There's a few more. And also, Tat In, Niang Lee, and Panakarn with the first buyer for the month of December. And I don't know, well, in my stats, there's no first distributors. I'm not sure if any coaches had new distributors in their team, but unfortunately, I didn't get the stats. So it seemed like we had no new, like, first distributor. I'm sure we have other people joining the business, but it's just no team member that had their first distributors. But well done, guys. I know December was a busy month for everyone in terms of, preparing for the holidays and doing all that. So a lot of people was not business minded. So hopefully with the new year, things will be different. So what I have, for you guys today is just an opportunity to have a more open Q&A. But then before that, I do have a few short little presentation that I want to touch base on and just kind of share with you guys a few things that I have learned over the last couple of months, just to give you guys some more ideas and on to build and grow your business. So as I mentioned, this month or January or the beginning of the year is about growing your business, especially with ads, because like I said, new year, people are more open to new opportunity or more open to trying things. And in the new year, you will always see the stats for Dream Team for buyers is always high. And it seems like every year we always break the record from the previous year. So if you guys are not advertising, this is the time to advertise. There's no better time to advertise than now, because people are looking for a solution. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen again. So like I said, I have a couple of short presentation that I have for you guys. So the first one I have is, like I said, in terms of talking about ads. So I want to bring this up of the format of how to create or construct compelling ad story for your video ads or for your text ad. Okay, so this have been presented in the past, but I just want to touch base because I know we've got some newbies here. Maybe this will give you some that, or maybe it's just a refresh for people that had been a while, forgot about the simple method. You know, sometimes I think we get too wrapped up and we overthink things. But guys, simplicity is the key. Don't overthink things. It's just keep it simple. So we have this feel, felt, found method, and it's been a method that has been very effective in the marketing, in the sales industry. So not just for our business, but for any type of sales business. So this method is a great way. So what's great about it? It helps you to become more relatable and to foster a sense of connection with your audience. That is the key to our business, is creating that connection with your audience, with your viewers, with the people that are interested. Because as you know, people are most likely to buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if they get to know you and if they like you and if they feel that they can trust you, it is more likely for them to jump on board or to check out the business. Okay, so with this method, how it works is that it empathizes like how you feel, with building the rapport with your audience. When you talk about how somebody else felt, it moves the focus away from being objective place, and they're likely more to trust you. This also makes them feel a part of a group, that they're not the only one going through this struggle. There's other people like them, so they don't feel such alone. And then also because of that, you can just bring about the solution that you have found. You're part of this group, but you found something that worked, and now maybe they can try and work for them. So how it works is there's just 3 simple steps. So one is, first you empathize with them, telling them about how you understand how they feel, right? Because obviously we are all
Burmese, yeah. Hi.
We can probably relate with other people. For myself, as a busy working mom, like, I can relate with other busy working mom. I understand how they feel, where they're torn between their work and torn between the guilt of not having that time for their kids. So, that's just you understand how they feel. And then the second step is that tell them that you felt the same way, right? So like I just said in that example, that's how I was. And then, I would tell them, I felt the same way. I went through the same struggles, working all the time, feeling all that guilt. And then the third step is tell them how you found a solution that helped you overcome that pain point. And for many of us, that's the solution here, is this business where we can balance between family life and the income for our family. So that's how, the feel, felt, found method. So this is more applicable. Like, I kind of use a lot of example for our type of business, but obviously it can be used in any other type of sales industry. Okay, so here are some of the the basic model for it is like, for example, say one is, I understand why you feel that way, right? Like, struggling as a mom, working all the time because you're stuck working because you need to provide for your family. And, second is just telling them that you were in the same situation and you felt that way too. And then you found something that worked for you. So that's just hoping that they will, you have created that rapport, you've created that trust that you were in the same position that they are, and you found a way to get out of it. And that will give them enough, inspiration to test it out, to try it out. So here are some of the example here, right? So in number 1, for example, I understand you feel about that. So put in the pain point about that, you're feeling guilty with no time for your kids, or that you wanted to have more time for your kids. Or going on to the next part is...
No, de una sola bolsa, ¿viste? No, no envuelve que regalo, nada más que mételo adentro. Envuelve nada más que lo...
Okay, sorry. And then the second part is like, I have felt the same way. So it's talking about your own struggles, right? So you felt the same way in your own struggles, whatever it may be, overworked, busy, or your health is taking a toll. And then the third is, tying it in, is that you have found a solution. So guys, that's all the components of our ad is just bringing out a pain point, telling them that you went through the same thing, and how you found the solution, right? So example number 2 is just different wordings, but it's still the same thing, right? And the first was I understand you feel, and this was what I know how you feel that it looks rough or tough or hard in terms of time or skills, right? I know how you feel that it looks hard because you had no, you don't have a lot of time, or that you feel like you have no skills or experience in the online space. So those are some example. And then the same thing, I felt the same way when I first checked out this business. I don't have any social media skills either, so I was overwhelmed. Like, felt that. But then once I started the business, when I tried it, I found it was easy. There's step-by-step training, there's coach and mentor to guide you. So those is just another way to structure. Like I said, it still go through the same 3 process: the feel, the felt, and found. But it's just that different. And then there is the third example here. I feel the same about, and then put in your pain point. 6 months ago, I felt the same. I was, working a lot, and then I felt the same, and talk about your own struggles. And then, of course, but when I started this business, I found that and talked how it solved your problems, right? So you have more time, more flexibility, whatever it is. So that's just like the core of the ads there. So I just want to touch base on that. If you guys do feel stuck and don't know where or how to structure your ad, just go back to these basic 3 steps. So that's it: feel, felt, and found. And that's about it. Yeah. So the purpose of the feel, felt, found here is to relate to the customer or to your audience and express the empathy and have them know that they are not alone. That's all it is. It's just letting them know they're not the only one going through that struggle. It's just connecting with the audience so they know that, they're not the only one, and that you've been there, done that, and you have found a solution. Okay. So that is just a recap of if you guys are struggling with ideas on your ad. So there's another presentation I have for you. So there's this one that I would like to initiate. So typically at the beginning of the year, we always like to do a team video. So like a group video. So with this being said, that means if you want to be part of it, everybody kind of send in a short clip about themselves, and then we put it together. But I found that because our team is getting really big, it's going to be hard to get a video with everybody in it. So this year, what I'm going to do is that we're still going to do a team video, but it's going to be a little bit different in terms of that. Instead of everybody submitting and one person has to edit, we're all going to maybe I'll open a Google Drive sheet or something where you will upload your video there. And then in our team, people can download your video and make it into a group video themselves, right? So no one is going to be editing into one group video, like a master video that everybody can use and share. So you will have content, right? So if you want me to be in your video, you can download my video clip and you can edit and clip it to your video or a bunch of other people so that you have your own team video. So everybody can create their own team video, okay? So we just have to use the simple tools for editing. So in the team video, we should have a hook phrase. So something that's catch. I'm not sure why is this here, but anyway, something that's catchy to entice your audience to watch. So for examples, so I think this also goes back to not the team video, but actually to creating your video for the ad. So these are some of the catchy hook headlines, but be mindful that if you do this on YouTube, you might be okay. But if you do this on Facebook, they might not like it because Facebook is more strict in terms of what you can say in their ads. So for example, do you want to learn how to make money online? If you're stuck in the cycle of 9 to 5 living paycheck, I want to offer you a new way to earn extra money. How to start your own business that you can quit your 9 to 5. So those are really bold statement to really grab people's attention so they want to watch you, right? So those are some of the hook line, and those could be some of the pain point that people are stuck, right? So pain point for me was about my kids, but for other people could be living to paycheck and getting stuck in the 9 to 5. So now they want extra money, but without necessarily tied down to the 9 to 5. So those are some of the bold hook line that you can make, but those are example. You can come up with your own. So in the team video, what I'd like, if you are going to participate in this project, is just there's 3 points. So an intro, pain point, and solution. So intro is just saying your name, where you're from, and optional, like name and occupation, and optional is where you're from and your marital status. Okay, but I'd like you guys keep it short, so I think just name and occupation and your location is good enough. And then the second one is talk about your struggles or pain point prior to this business, like no time or financial hardship. And then the third one is the solution and how this business has helped change your lives, or it provides a solution for you. So if we can have all of us or whoever's participating, we each have a short clip, maybe only like 1 to 2 minutes, saying these things. Then if someone would like to make a team video, like a team testimony video that they can put on their page, or that they can put together and run as an ad, then they have the content. So this is working together as a team. Or even, I know some of you post testimonial of other people. So instead of just writing a write-up with a picture of somebody, you can even post these testimonial on your page, right? So that's just a way to kind of show your audience that we are a global community and that we have other people in the business. It's not just you talking about the business every day and how it changed your life, but people can actually see testimony from other team members or from other business owners in our community as well. So I think this is a great thing for the whole team, so that we have more content on our page and it just doesn't have to revolve around us. So it just can show your audience a bigger picture of our community, where we have people from stay-at-home mom to working professionals, so that they can see this is the real thing. So that's the project for the team video this year. And like I said, if you guys like, you can always take those clips and make it into your own team videos as well. Okay, so I have one more. Let me get out of here. Exit this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think. Okay, and then I have this one, and then I have one more after that. So with all that being said, I just have this quick little presentation on, maybe there's newbies here that, these are very basic, but I just want a reminder or refresh, or just giving some newbies some tips on tools for creating a great video. So just very simple thing. So selfie stick. So highly recommend it, so that you're not holding your phone and you're shaking and all that stuff. It's always good to have your phone anchor or on a selfie, this is like a tripod selfie stick or something. So it's stable, so it's not moving. Okay. So this is a great investment. If you haven't got one yet, highly recommend. It's not only to record video, but when you want to take pictures,
you need a tripod. Yeah.
Okay. So that's one. So number 2 is invest in a ring light, because a lot of the time, okay, I see some of you on the screen here that don't have a light, so you can see where your face is really dark. And, you need to, we don't need to be super bright, but usually it will attract people more if they can see you in good lighting, right? So if you're a little bit shadowy, if you're dark, it's not catching.
Buy one of those lights.
So so invest in a ring light, and most of these you can all get from Amazon. So I'm just putting some example. You go to Amazon, you Google ring light, you Google selfie stick, it'll come out. Just choose one. I always go by the review, so it's up to you what you want to buy. So it's all there. And then the other thing is to invest in a Bluetooth microphone. This is especially important if you plan to record your video outdoor, because when you record outdoor, there's lots of background noise, there's wind, there's cars, there's just people. So when you're outdoor, if you position your phone to record about an arm or 1 or 2 meters away, that microphone from the phone is gonna pick up everything, not just your voice, but all the surrounding. And especially on a windy day, it really picks up the wind really loud, and that will drown out your voice. So when your video plays, if the audience can't hear you clearly, they will easily get tuned out and not listen to your video or to your ad. So that's why it's highly recommended to have this, so that if you have your microphone there, it's picking up your voice like closer directly, so that it eliminates the background or the outside noise more. So highly recommend it to get that as well. And then another thing is for creating recording video ads, we all know you have a script, or you write out your script or your ads, and now it's hard to memorize like 2 to 3 minutes worth of content to be able to do. And when you're trying to say things from memory, you're so focused on remembering your words or your lines that you're going to forget about the emotion to put into your video. So some of the great tools here that you can use are teleprompters, which are apps that will run the words across your screen as you are recording. So it's like on a selfie mode of recording your video, but it will have words. So you just read the words off the screen, or they're just there to remind you so you don't forget. So that's a great way so that you don't forget your lines, because I know when I didn't use this, I would record like 20, 30 times, because I would say, the first half really good, then I can't remember. So I have to start from the beginning, do it over. And it gets exhausting. By the time I get done, I'm just drained, and my video just doesn't have that same energy, or you're not just as energetic anymore. You're just tired. You just feel like repeating yourself. So highly recommend it. So if you guys are having a hard time remembering your lines, I know that the Big View one is a paid option. I don't know if they have a free option. I'm not sure about Teleprompter if there's a free option, but you can look into different apps on the App Store to see what works best for you. But these are the two examples. So I personally use this one. And the other thing is, when you record your video, make sure that it's proportional, right? So I put this picture here as an example where you can see that I'm centered. There is a bit of gap here. And then ideally you want to see half of your body in your screen. You don't want a video that you just see only your face or your head. It's always good to see half of your body, because also when you are talking, you can use your hand gesture as well, because that's one of effective way of communicating. It's just not through your words alone and your face, your facial expression, but also with your hands is a way of communicating as well. So that's why if you can show half of your body, then you can have, your hand gesture will be in the picture more, versus if I'm like this, you can only see my face. You probably don't see my hands as much. So it's harder to communicate with my hand gesture. So for some reason, study has shown that when you do have hand gesture in your communication, it fosters trust more, right, with the audience for some weird reason. I don't know. Okay, so these are all the little tips that you guys can think about when you are creating or recording your next video, right? Whether it is your next ad video or the video for the team project there. Those are some of the tips. And as you see in this picture, I did use a light. So that's why, I record this in the evening, because you can see it's dark outside, but I have enough lighting that I'm still nice and bright. I'm not dark. So that's why that's the importance of having a light, so that you will be kind of like the star in the spotlight, so that people can actually see you. So those are the minor things that, that maybe for a newbie, they don't pay attention to. So that's why I want to bring this to your attention, so you guys are aware and be mindful when the next time you record your video. Okie dokie. And lastly, before I go ahead and open the floor to the Q&A, we typically have like a challenge every month normally, but I know for the last few months with things being crazy, and also because we were doing the 90-day challenge in the last few months, we did not have any team challenge. So for this month, I want to challenge you guys to this. It's 30 things about me, 30-day go live. So I will share this file in our group chat there in Flop. So, for the next 30 days, one day, whether it's great if you can do a go live, but if you're not ready to do a go live yet, you can always do a text post, and that's fine. Okay. So it's really simple, just as the title say, 30 things about me. So the reason I'm having this challenge is that I want to give you guys the opportunity so your audience can learn more about you, right? So like, little things about you. So for example, day one, the question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? So just do a quick go live to share with your audience, you know what? You're doing this 30-day go live challenge. And the question of the day today is, if I could live anywhere in the world, where would that be? You can share where and why. And for example, day two, what is your biggest fear? So these are just short question that you can talk about, but then you can also make it engaging with the audience. You can flip it around and ask your audience, leave in the comment below and let me know where, what is your biggest fear, or where would you live if you could be anywhere in the world, right? You shared and now you want your audience to share. So this is a way for your audience to learn more about you, and also a way for them to engage with you, because you might get some response like, what's their biggest fear, their favorite family vacation. So this is because I know people get really scared when it comes to go live, but I feel like when you have certain prompt, certain ideas, or our subject or topic to talk about, then it makes it easier. And guys, if you are not familiar with go live or even haven't done it a lot, what I always encourage you guys to do is keep your go live short. Just get straight to the point, get in, get out, and that's it. I'd rather you guys do 1 to 2 minutes go live short, but to the point, rather than you do 10-15 minutes, but you drag on and you're not giving value. Because if you do that, the next time you do a go live, nobody's gonna click on it and watch it because you're just rambling on, okay? So go live is a great tool to interact, to engage with your audience. But then again, if you use it correctly, it's a great tool. But use it incorrectly, it doesn't bring any value and people will not watch you. So that's all. So that's why, if you notice, I don't do a lot of go live because it's not my thing, it's not for everybody, but I do push myself to do one on certain occasion or certain thing, but that's not my thing. Because I know there's people that would do one every day and they could go in there and talk for 15-20 minutes about anything, but that's not me. So that's why I go, like, just keep in mind that bring value to the community. So not just rambling on about anything or nothing, right? So that's what it is. So that's all I have to share with you guys today in terms of starting the new year. And like I said, because being the new year, I just want like a chance for people to be able to interact and ask questions if they have any, because I know we have some coaches on here too, so I'm sure they can help answer some of your questions. So I'm just going to open the floor to people to ask questions. So go ahead.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
Good.
Happy New Year. I got one question.
Sure.
Recently, my mentee, she got a buyer, and every time she posts welcome in the dream team, somehow her posts always need to ask for approve. Normally we don't, right? We only approve like adding members. But 2 times already today, like last night is the second time of her boy is that we have to approve her post. Do you know the reason why?
It could be maybe she posted something that was against the Dream Team community, and maybe one of the coach or one of the moderator has put her profile on post approval. So that's why anytime she posts anything, is it just for buyer announce it, or any post that she does that has to be approved?
She rarely posts anything on a dream team. I think so far since she posted that only that two, like this is the second time that she need to approve. Last time I did notice that is a note in there saying that this post is potential to spam, but because I'm the coach and I approve it, but this time I didn't see that note. And I just want to ask, because she's the only one and the rest of us is okay, we don't need the approval post.
Yeah, so normally, like Dream Team, if you're a member, you should be able to post with no thing. It's only where some people, because there are some lead buyers that post like stuff that's not supposed to be there, then some of the moderator would put them on post approval, so that we're trying to filter out what get posted in there. So I'm not sure, maybe she got on post approval by accident, because sometimes that happens too. But just keep an eye on it, because sometimes those post approval is only for like 2 weeks or something. So hopefully that will go away. But if it's not, that's not the case, then it could be something about her profile. Because I mean, Facebook is an algorithm. So I don't know how they pick up these sort of thing. And maybe they think she's a potentially spam or you know, a hacker or something. So that's why they're more cautious of her. So I'm not exactly sure why, but I can definitely look into it after this meeting, and you can just tell me her profile. I can go into the Dream Team and see, because I have admin status in there. So I can look into it and see if I can remove any of those approval if that's the case. Okay.
It's for Amara Fielding. So I can't check it, right? Only you can check it, right?
I'm not sure. Like I'll take a look at it after this meeting and see what happens. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll send you her name and her profile, and if you could check, that would be good. Thank you so much.
Sure, no problem. Alrighty. Okay, guys. So does anyone else have any other questions or anything they'd like to share? Or I mean, like not just question, but if you have tried something new and it's working for you guys and that you'd like to share? Or if there are any coaches that have something that they want to add?
A question.
Okay, go ahead, Christy.
I'm having a lot of trouble with my page. Like, I don't know how to, I guess, put the content out there. It's like the likes on my page, they keep dropping and dropping, like no matter what I put. If I talk about posting videos that I'm like working online, if I post pictures of me traveling, like it doesn't matter what I post, like they just keep dropping and dropping.
When you say dropping and dropping, what do you mean by that?
Like, for example, I think around November of last year, I had like 5,000, like 100 something likes. And right now it's like 5,080. It's almost going down to like the 70s. So it keeps dropping and dropping a lot.
So the likes on your page or the likes on your post?
On both of them.
On both. Okay. I don't have an answer for that, but the truth is, we're not here to gain followers or to gain likes. We're here to inspire. So don't get too caught up or focus on the numbers. Okay. So numbers sometimes don't mean anything. Like if you really wanted to, I can show you how to get lots and lots and lots of followers. But those are not quality followers, right? Or quality likes. And that's not what you want, right? So even though posting your page is a way of building the engagement, but guys, remember, posting on your page is just so that your leads or your followers can see who you are. So this is so just so they know who, that they can trust us, right? So that's why don't get too focused on, oh, I need my numbers to go up, right? Because in our business, how we're going to get leads and buyers is through ads, right? So posting organically can sometimes help you grow, your page and also get leads or buyers, but normally the percentage is quite low. So if you do want to see results or success in your business, like ads is the way that's going to get you there. So that's why don't get too focused on that, because that's not, whether I have a page that's only got 110 likes or followers on there, but I'm still getting leads and buyer because I'm focusing on my ad rather than just focusing on increasing that, right? So just put out content. When your content is, quality, they will bring in leads or people will follow you. Yeah. So I'm not sure, like you said, even you post about business, you post about travel, it's still dropping, but also again, what you focus on, you will attract. So you keep thinking my followers are dropping, then that's what you're manifesting into your reality, is that is dropping as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Emily and Jackson, I think you got your hand raised. Do you have something to share?
Yeah, on Chris's point, we've seen people who got to 6A with under 100 follower, I think, right? So it's not really related to how many people who follow you or like your page, I guess. But one thing that we want to share is that recently we've been okay. So after we got a DT online email, we usually send a follow-up email saying, "Oh, thanks for." So we'll say something about our story, and then say, "You can join Lead group and all that, or watch our YouTube a Chinese version of our webinar." So after that initial email, that's it. That's what we do. But recently, what we've been doing is adding a second email 4 days after that initial follow-up email. The reason is that we found that if you just send that one follow-up email, people will click on the link to see the webinar, but then they forget to come back to join the Lead group, for example. So they will send another reminder. This time we just talk about, hey, I don't know if you've watched the webinar. Maybe you want to join the the Lead group as well. So this is something that we find there's some actually people start joining after we send a reminder, because the first time they only saw the first email, then they jump away to watch the content. That's it, right? And the third thing is that we started adding reminder just before the 60 days are up. As you know, when we get a lead, there's 60 days until they're not our lead anymore, right? So so maybe 2-3 days or a week before it's up, we'll send a reminder. Like we'll film a video about gentle reminder about what's the reason for the business and a why and everything, and then remind them to sign up for the 149. And I think we have a downline in our team that actually got a buyer from this reminder email.
Oh, that's
So because people forget, right? And if we don't remind them, they might become another person's lead, right? Because of after 60 days.
yes.
So what we're diligently doing is to remind people just before the 60 days up. And so it's not automatic, I know, but at least it's something that we can do as part of our SOP. That's why we want to share that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Jackson. Yes, and I think you're absolutely right, because when we send one email with all the info, they just focus on one thing. Like you said, they'll click on to watch the webinar, or they'll click to join the Lead group, or they'll click to go to your Facebook, and they forget the rest of the email. They're not going to open it again. So it's always good that you're right. It's like send another email just specifically to the Lead group, and maybe another one later on with something that I think that's a really good point, because I mean, I think when I think about it, that happens to me too, right? Because there's so much information. You'll just click one and you'll forget, and then you don't open that email to check out the other links. So that's a great thing. Yeah. So guys, so what Jackson and Emily just shared here is just, we do have our lead email campaign that is automated by Dream Team. So that's part of the system. But of course, if you just want to be the average person, you can do just that and do nothing else. But if you want to grow your business more, you need to step up your game a little bit. That means putting up that in a little bit extra work, more than what is required, right? So you see people in the Dream Team that has results, that have success. They don't just stick to the plain old Jane system there. They're doing more. They're chatting with their leads more, or they're sending these extra emails. So we have noticed that, and I know some of the leaders have shared that too. They have started sending out their own personalized email other than what the email campaign does. So it's quite simple. You guys can craft an email, save it, and then every time you got a lead, just copy and paste and send it to them, right? It's true, because those emails are more personalized, and they will feel more seen or more heard than just sending organic generic email from our system. So like they said, they send one introducing themselves, telling their story, because it connects them to the lead again, because it was their ad that they saw that they joined, and now just getting that email from them again with their picture or their story, it just connects everything, and it builds that rapport and that trust again, right? And then, of course, the first time is the webinar, the second time is the lead group, then maybe the gentle reminder, because it's true, life gets busy. People may have intention to join, but they kind of forget that, it's been 1 month, 2 months. So it's nice to have that gentle reminder before things get in the way and the lead expired, and then they register with somebody, they pay the 149, they no more longer your lead. So it's those little things that will, you know, get you ahead, right? It doesn't take much, but it still takes the time and effort, right? So yeah. Lynn, is that a hand raised that I saw, Lynn?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, go ahead.
Just want to ask Emily and Jackson, when you send an additional email to remind them, do you send in your language or in English?
Yeah, we always send Chinese now because our ads are all in Chinese. So
Okay.
they would understand Chinese. So that's why we always send the follow-up emails all in Chinese.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks, Karen. That's
No
all for
problem.
me.
Okay, Christy, I think you have another question.
Yes, I've been watching like some of the other videos and also what you mentioned right now to share like videos of stories of other people's success. I wanted to know how I can be able to reach out to people because I know there was a training that we're not supposed to message them directly or something like that. Or can
What
we do
kind of
that?
video are you talking about that you're seeing?
I don't know if you've seen Lissandra's page where she has like a video where different buyers, their experience and all that.
Okay,
Like
maybe
the
Lysandra, you can jump in on this.
Hi guys. So I was actually doing a comment in the chat because I have a coaching call right now.
Okay.
So just quick, I do have a video. I have a testimonial video in my page, which I did with my team, my Spanish team. So it basically is the same thing like Karen was just talking about. The idea that she had, like everyone will do a video talking about kind of like the reason why you started, talking about yourself. And then I put the video together and that's what I have in my page.
Okay,
Is that your
perfect.
question?
Yeah, thanks, Lysandra. Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
Christy. So that's what I wanted to do, this team video project, so that we as a team can have content, right? You'll have videos from me, from Lysandra, from Kim, from Lan, from Claudia, like a whole bunch of us here. So if each of us make a short clip of a testimonial video, then we share it to the group. Then, Christy, you can take whoever you want, and then you can edit to make one video, like one testimonial video yourself, like about 5 minutes, with different people speaking about their own experience and their own, results or success in the business, right? So I think that's what you're referring to. So because we have a team, but I know normally other people, what they would do is they would just reach out to certain people if they really specifically want someone's story, right? Like they would message them, like, I got message from people, oh, Karen, I want to do this video. Would you mind making a short clip telling me, a little bit about yourself and your journey on this so that I can put in my video? So people have done that. So you can reach out to people privately to ask, to request. It doesn't mean they'll say yes, but the other thing as a faux pas, or as a training site, we're not supposed to just go take someone's video from their page or their ad and just put it on our page without their permission. But as a team here, when we make our video, I think that's the same thing as all of us here consenting to all the team that they can use that video content on their page if they like. So like I said, this is a way for the team to have more content to post on their page, or if they want to make a testimonial video of different people and run that as an ad, because people have had success with testimonial video for an ad as well. Alrighty. So Christy, does that clarify your question or what you're thinking?
Yes, I just wanted to know, do we message them on any platform, like on Facebook?
Flock. If you are messaging people in the business that you are not, connected to in any way, it's always Flock, right? So obviously, if it's your mentor, your coach that you've always chatted on Messenger, then that's fine. That's your platform. But if you're messaging a random person from the dream team that you've never connected, I always go to Flock, because that's for business owners, communication, right? So because Facebook or Messenger for myself or most of the business owner here is more reserved for leads and buyers, right? So like you don't want to clog up their Messenger feed with concern of yours, like it should be done on the business side, so which is on Flock. Okay, so that goes for everybody here as a reminder. If you ever need to reach out to anybody that you've never connected with, just to use Flock, because if they're a business owner, they should be on Flock. Don't go to their page and message them. Don't message them on Messenger, because sometimes that your message goes into their spam or something. They might not see your message. And don't message them on their page, because the page is specifically reserved for the business and for leads. And that is one of my pet peeves, when people try to message me and they go to my page, because that's like, you know, it's not used for that. So my rule of thumb is that if they message me on Facebook or Messenger, I don't reply. It's like, because they should have known to message me on Facebook. I mean, in Flock. If they message me on Flock and with a request, I will reply. But on Messenger or in my business page, I don't reply, because once I reply, it just enable them to continue to do that. And like I said, with so many platforms, so many things I have to juggle, I have to find a way where I can, you know, organize myself. So messengers are for buyers and leads, and the same thing with my Facebook page. And then any business related is usually done on Flock, right? Unless, you know, they are my downline mentee and we chat on Messenger, then that's a different story. But typically we reserve Flock. So we just have to find, you know, draw the line where we communicate with people. So that's where it is. Okie dokie. Wow, someone just got a buyer. So congratulations, Nita. How exciting. Yeah, already. Anybody else has anything they want to ask or share?
Another question.
Sure, go ahead.
Sometimes I'm still getting those messages where like your page is going to be deleted.
Okay, we
But
all get
they're-
those, and they're all spam. So anytime you receive any message in your Facebook page from some random person that's called themselves Facebook Meta, just delete, put it into spam. So if you know, the one way that you guys should do is to verify, is to go into your ads manager or your business manager and check if they say your page is violating or your ad account is restricted. If you go in there, it will be restricted. But if you get any email or any message from any platform that says your page or your ad account or your ad is rejected, please click on the link to resolve. Do not click, right? Always go into your business manager or ads manager to verify. So I think we did have this wave of all that, and I think the message has been sent out to the team that that's the way to go. Always never click on any link through email or messenger. Just go to your page to verify, because if it is there, then you go to your page quality or account quality and you can check whether your page, your ad account, or your profile is restricted. So, I mean, I get those probably like one every other day. So I just the way delete them, okay? So don't even look at those messages, just delete, because Facebook don't send those messages. Their only way of communicating is through email or through your Facebook, your account. But even email, some of them are spam. So that's why I don't trust the email. I always go to my account if I know it's restricted. Okay, guys? So yeah, so let's just be mindful of that. Alrighty, guys, if there is nothing else, I do have one little thing that I'm gonna share with you guys. And this is sort of like off, I don't know how to call it. My daughter always likes to say the word off brand, but I guess you could say that. So this is something to do with Chat GPT. And this is something that I am learning, and I wanted to put together a presentation for you guys, but I'm not, it's not really ready, but I'll just share a little bit, and then you guys can explore and play with it on your own. Okay. So, but then this has to be a paid version. So if you guys have the free version, then it's not gonna work. So I have a paid version, so it's $20 a month. So if you have that paid version, what you can do is you can create your own custom GPT. So this is a great way for you as a business owner, as a, I guess for social media posting. So you can create this GPT that is customized. So here you create. So all you have to do is tell them like what you want this GPT to do. So I haven't really tested. I've just been watching a lot of video and learning. So what you just have to do is tell them, create what is it that? I'm not sure. Any ideas you guys want to throw at me? Because with this, you can really customize it. So it really, if you can just build this avatar and tell them the outcome or the audience you're looking for, then in the future, when you go into this, you can just tell them, okay, write me a post, or you can go in here and ask this specific GPT to write it, because you're almost like creating your own personalized assistant, catering to this specific one. Okay, say yes. So you are chatting with this, I guess, this GPT builder that's going to help you. So it, it names that GPT for you. It's going to create a profile picture for your GPT, and then you're going to be telling them, like, like details, like my audience are. Okay, so as you can see, it says, great. Now let's refine the context of your digital, let me move this out of the way, guys. Digital business mentor to ensure it aligns perfectly with your vision. Could you tell me more about the type of advice, insights you expect to provide? For instance, should it focus on practical tips for starting an online business, or also delve into the motivational mindset aspect? So type of advice. Without So this is, yeah, so you can really fine tune this exactly to how you want it. And then from there, every time you go into ChatGPT, you can just open this specific GPT and just give them tasks, or, give command for them, like in order, like, write me an ad, or write me a post, or what can I do, or give me an idea on go live, or anything like that. So this is what, you can even okay, to further personal experience, how do you envision digital communicating with users? Should it be a formal, professional, a more casual, friendly approach? Also, are there specific phrases or words you use to resonate with parents looking to start an online business? So I would like the tone to be friendly, casual, and
I'm at home.
so if you guys haven't played around with this yet, I highly recommend. So I'm just quickly going to, so that's the one part where you're creating and you're interacting and telling them exactly. And then under this configure tab, so you can
Yes.
see it's taking
Is
all
it
of the
okay?
instruction that I
Because the
have given
quality
it,
doesn't seem good,
and
but
this
anyway,
is here.
I'm learning.
So it's giving all the instruction here. So here are some of the prompt conversation starter that if I go into this GPT, I can just click, what's a good business idea for busy parents? How can I work more? Okay, but that's not the right one. So here you can even upload files. So for example, your website, you can upload the link to the webinar, because then it will have, then they would collect those data, right? And then it will just cater and then really gives you idea, really pinpoint. So this is just really having your own like virtual assistant that will help you create the content for your page. So if you guys are really struggling with coming with content, creating stuff, like this is a tool that is so like valuable that we should all need to explore. right? So I'm starting to learn this, starting to play around with it. And like I said, I'm just learning. I haven't got to the point where I worked out all the kinks. That's why I wasn't ready to share with you guys. But it's just I noticed we got a little bit of time. So I just thought I share the little tidbits with you here so that you guys can go and try to explore that on your own. And yeah, so AI has become like incredibly advanced in the last 6 months. So if especially with us working in the online space, you know, if we're not using AI to advantage, we're gonna be not exactly left behind, but you know, it's just gonna help us be more efficient with our work here. So it's something highly. I know it's a lot to take in. It is like, you know, for people that are just starting out, but it is fun to play with. It's just that you just have to delve into it and play around, and I'm sure you'll find a lots of value, and I'm sure people will have new things to share. So if you guys play around, have something cool to share, like we'd love to hear from you guys. Alrighty. So just sharing that little bit that I'm playing with right now with you guys. So if you guys are ever bored, just go create. It's not just for your business. You know, if you have another business, you have another gig that you're doing, you can create that specific, you know, ChatGPT for that too. Because you can see in that thing, they'll have like one for, like, I'll share with you guys again. It's really cool.
Hey Karen, I came in a little bit late, but that was in Chat GPT that you were just sharing with us, right?
Yes, that's ChatGPT. Yes, you can see. So GPT has made, you know, these are the different GPT that made by OpenAI. So for example, you can see there's one on, what is it? I was looking there, it's really cool. So there's one on Laundry Buddy. So ask anything about stain, setting, sorting, and everything to do with laundry. So here's one with about chef. And I think there's one that's, like cocktail. If you're like into mocktail and you want a bit of mix. So these are math ones. So these are the different GPT that's like available to people if they have the upgraded version that made by OpenAI, but you can create your own specific one. So this one I just started creating and it's here right now, but I got to fine tune it and put in more. Actually, this is a social media content creator. So someone made this and they shared it with me. I haven't played around with it yet. So I'll try to say, yeah, so you can see there are some different prompts. So they have given a specific instruction on how this GPT will work. So it's really fascinating and it's really, I find it really cool. So like I said, if you guys are really struggling, play with ChatGPT, because even myself, I took one of my ad, I uploaded and, you know, I put in ChatGPT, I go, okay, you know, rewrite this with the feel, felt, found method with a sound of urgency, like, or you're gonna be regretting if you miss out on this opportunity. So they would just take my ad or the ad that I uploaded and they would reword it, they would write it in a different tone in it. So if you're really stuck for idea, go to that. And the one thing, be mindful. One thing I learned, I'm not sure where, but one thing you should instruct your GPT when they do the writing is that write it in a conversational tone and also write it at a grade 3 to 6 level. Because the interesting thing is most people, even though they might have, you know, high school diploma or post-secondary diploma, but most people are most effective in communicating at just a 3rd grade level. So if you write in simple English, that's why I said keep it simple, right? So that's most effective, because when you get too fancy with your words, sometimes it's not effective. So when you ask ChatGPT, just tell them to write at a maybe grade 6 level. I tried the grade 3. It sounds really, really kiddish like. So yeah, so play around with it. So just keep in mind, because ChatGPT, their writing can be very sophisticated and it doesn't sound really human or conversational. So when you do give it instruction for a post or for an ad, make sure you kind of include that, you know, write it in a friendly, casual, conversational tone, right? At a grade 5 level, right? So that way the language, it's very simple. So that's one, you know, that's the one thing I want to encourage you guys to try or play around with ChatGPT. Like, so it's good for writing posts, it's good for writing your ads, it's good for just brainstorming ideas on different things. So yeah. Okay, guys, so that's all I got for you guys today. Unless anyone else has got any burning, dying question, we're just gonna wrap up the meeting today and we'll see you guys all around soon. And before we leave, we're just gonna do a quick picture. You guys want to turn off your camera? Okie dokie. So we got a couple of pages. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Do the second page. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, thank you everybody for joining us today. And once again, Happy New Year to all, and we'll see you guys soon. So I will, share all the content that I talked about in the chat today. And then if you want to, do the team video, we'll create a Google Drive where people can upload their video and share it in there so everybody can have access to. And also the slides about the 30-day About Me challenge, that if you guys want to bring that on and help you guys grow your page, grow your business. I think before we leave, Christy's got a question.
Yes, for the videos that we're gonna upload, can we create another chat so it doesn't get lost in the messages?
For the video that we're going to upload, we're not going to upload it on Flock. I think we're just going to have a Google Drive sheet that we upload to the Google Drive where it's easier to access for everybody. Then, like you said, yeah, in a Flock, it does get lost. But yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay,
So
thank
I'll
you.
just create the drive and then I'll just share the link in the Flock, but I will put it in the notes section where it's more accessible for everybody. Alrighty.
Thank you.
Okay, have a wonderful evening and have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.